Hello my friends and welcome back to my channel, Coffee Tea Paper. My name's Louise and you'll have to excuse if there's a bit of background noise today. Cue the neighbourhood dogs. We've had such wet weather here in Brisbane that our house is so damp, and finally we've got some sunny days, so I've got as many doors and windows that open to try and help dry out the house. We've got drippy bits in our ceiling, and yeah, so you'll just have to bear with me if that's okay, as we have a bit of the neighborhood ambiance of sound as we do this video today. Feel free to mute the sound and put on the closed captions if you prefer that. So of course today we're going to do our decoration for next week, for week 6. I thought we'd just have a bit of a recap though about this quote from Anne Radcliffe, because it turns out that she's actually a very interesting woman. So I'll just read a little bit about her. So she was born in 1764 and she died in 1823. She was only 58. But she was a pioneer of Gothic fiction, and she published 5 novels, which she referred to as romances. However, she was known for including supernatural elements in her novels, but always included a logical explanation that would be revealed at the end of the novel, which helped to create an atmosphere of suspense. Her female characters were quite unique at the time because they tended to dominate the plot of her stories, and this actually carved out a new niche for creating new roles for women in literature. She's said to have influenced Jane Austen as well, who of course was active a little bit later after Anne Radcliffe. She was born about a decade after Anne Radcliffe. And of course, this was all in the United Kingdom. I should have probably said that at the beginning. So, very interesting woman. And of course, that is just a very brief snapshot of what I read over the last week about her. Before we draw our quote for the following week, I just want to do a little flip through of what I've done so far. So this is my January to June insert. Of course, I'm working in the vertical so that, no, horizontal, so that we get the memo page on the other side. This was my title page. It's a daily memory journal. In the front, I have the calendar. I have birthdays written down as well. And I left the first couple of weeks blank, but I saw Ali over on Dabbling in Journals. She had a very good idea to cover over these pages and actually do something a bit more creative with them. So she's actually turned one into a wish list. And sometimes I find having a wish list of things is better for my wallet, because I tend to write them down and then review them later and then think, maybe not. Or sometimes I find myself going, oh yeah, I really would like that item. And then it's handy to put together for a birthday suggestion list or a Mother's Day suggestion list or similar. This first week I was actually in the Netherlands, so I did decorate these pages before I went away on my holiday, but I did take notes of what I wanted to put in the slots. I've been able to add them in retrospectively. And then I was in Germany. And what I've also been doing, because I have one of these Himakuri calendars, I've actually been, after the week is over, because of course I decorate this side before the week to have something nice to reflect upon. And at the end of the week, I'm going back and putting any pictures from the Himakuri calendar in that I think tie in nicely with the color scheme of the week and adding them in as well. So that was week 3. You can do anything but not everything. Oh, such a good quote, that one. And this one, this was a little bit of a darker quote once investigated, but for the inspiration for the page, it was very nice. And then of course we've come to last week, which was week 5, which I'm still finishing off because I like to have my page for the following week decorated in advance so I can share it with you guys, so you can do any prep that you need to do over your weekend as well. And so here we are today, getting ready for week 6. I need some clippies. I've got my new Starbucks Reserve Roastery brass clip. Got our little box of yarn. We'll put this one, slide it onto the bottom, and let's see what we have this week. Oh, that's kind of funny after what I said at the beginning, that we're probably going to be getting all the neighborhood ambient noises because I've got all the doors and windows open. And now my birdies are chirping as well. The quieter you become, the more you can hear. Ram Dass. Well, I can confidently say I have never heard of Ram Dass before, so I will be looking up them. I'm not sure if what pronoun to use there. So I am just going to stop the video here and have a little reflection on this, and yeah, we'll come back and decorate our pages together. So if you also want to take the opportunity to pause the video here and get some supplies, then we'll come back and we'll do some journaling together. Okay, so I've put together a few items that I thought I might like to journal with today. I started with this card, and the funny thing is orange is one of my favorite colors, but I actually was more focused on what the message was trying to say in terms of the quieter you become, the more you can hear. And I remembered I had these stickers here that one of my pen pals sent me, about featuring a girl just stopping to smell the flowers and look at the flowers and really taking a moment to reflect. Then I kind of went down a bit of a path of what are the colors in here. We've got beiges, browns, yellows, greens, and so I ended up just picking out a whole bunch of items with, you know, butterflies are very quiet and very relaxing. I've got this card one of my pen pals sent me. I've got this paper, which is also another pen pal pop in, with these budgies and the wattle. And it's kind of funny because last week was actually Australia Day with green and gold, but for some reason here I am leaning towards a green and gold spread the week after. Got a stamp with some flowers, and I've got my last little bit of this rosewood pet tape from Meow Illustration, which is one of my favorites. I think I pulled this out because of the orange in it, but then of course it does have other kind of complementary colors in it as well. I might just pop some music on and we'll have a little play and see how the page turns out. Just in other news, I'm excited. After I do this, I'm going to actually have a look at my journals and pack for the next Southeast Queensland Journal Keepers meetup, which is happening tomorrow. I'm just going to play. Feel free to play, or as I was having a little chat over YouTube with one of my lovely viewers. She doesn't really journal herself, but enjoys watching other people journal. And yeah, that's equally as relaxing. I enjoy doing that too. Sometimes I don't need to have the act of journaling myself. It's enough to watch someone else do it, because that's an activity that I find relaxing. And if I'm not in a position to do it myself, if I watch someone else to do it, I find it equally as relaxing. Yeah, we're funny creatures, aren't we? Anyway, I'm going to pop some music on and we'll see what happens. finished my page now, and I just thought I'd let it sit for a moment, and I've just gone and made myself a cup of coffee. And I'm actually using a new mug, which I can't show you the side of it because I tip coffee out everywhere. But I got this mug at Starbucks Reserve Roastery, Tokyo. But more about that when I do some travel videos and travel journaling videos. Yes, those things are in train. But we'll just have a quick look at the page here. So what I did, I showed you all the bits and pieces that I put together, that I gathered up, that I thought I might like to use. Some of them I didn't touch at all, others I've just kind of ripped bits off, tore this label in half. I didn't end up using this stamp. I used some of this pet tape, not all the washi tape. But sometimes it's a useful exercise just to gather a whole lot of pieces that coordinate with each other and then make a start from there, rather than feeling overwhelmed with having all your supplies out in front of you. This idea of, some people have taken it a bit further and they make a little curated stationery box or theme for an entire month, which I think is a wonderful method if you're having a bit of overwhelm about where to start. And if you just have color coordinated items or a theme, it might be reflective of the season or a color or an activity. And yeah, it just helps, I think, make a good start. But for me, my first inspiration obviously was this calm journal prompt card, and then that led me to these stickers, which gave me my color scheme, and so on and so forth. If you are participating in joining me with these prompts, even if it's on an ad hoc basis, thank you. It's just nice to think that I'm journaling together with people, even if it's over space and time. I will leave the hashtag, so if you want to share your journal pages inspired by these prompts with me, you can on Instagram with this hashtag, and then I can see your pages, and we can feel like we're journaling together, even if we're journaling together over time and space. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching my video. Thank you to everyone who leaves comments. I really enjoy reading them and replying, and I will see you next time. Have a wonderful night, evening, day, week, weekend, wherever you may be. Bye.